Hey you guys, so I'm not sure if you can hear me over my Cricut. Oh, and this is the face, but I never show my face on camera because I usually don't comb my hair. It's semi-combed today, but what I'm doing is I'm doing a balloon arrangement for somebody. But what I'm gonna do on video for you guys today is I'm gonna put together a topper that could be used as a balloon topper, a balloon column topper for a small, like a tabletop centerpiece balloon arrangement, or a cake topper if you guys want. So it's going to be a little too small for like a huge balloon column, but I'm using like small 5-inch balloons. So that's what we're doing today. These are all my pieces that I'm going to be piecing together. I'm planning on using some double-sided tape. I do have the ones with the little runners, but they were real wide. I ran out of the narrow one, so we're going to use the regular double-sided tape. I'm possibly going to need some of this for some of the smaller pieces, but it is going to be, I guess it's like a 3D effect or stacked. But it's mostly cardstock. This is glitter cardstock. I'm gonna use a little bit of glitter vinyl, but let me grab this off the Cricut and we'll get to it. All the pieces have already been cut with the Cricut, but if you need help learning how to design one of these, this is actually my first one, but I think I know what I'm doing. So if you need help, please leave it in the comments and I will do a video showing you step by step what I did on my computer. So just give me a quick sec. Let me make sure that the Cricut cut this vinyl correctly. Okay, it looks better than it did before, so hopefully we're good. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we're good. So I'm using a bit of glitter vinyl too. So let me turn the camera down so that you guys can see more of what I'm doing and less of me, because nobody's trying to see me. All right. Hopefully my camera is good. Let me check it just a sec. I will try to stay in an area where I know you guys will be able to see. Just give me a quick sec to make some adjustments. All right, so that should give you pretty much a view of the work area, work surface, workspace, whatever. All right, let me move some things out of the way. Let's go. All right, so this is kind of like making the stacked cardstock like earrings or nameplate jewelry. Oh, let me grab my laptop. Ooh. I just need my laptop so I can kind of take a look at what it looked like originally. Bear with me. I am by no means like a YouTube expert. This is all kind of new for me, but I do know how to do quite a few things, and because of that, I just kind of want to share it with other people. I've had a lot of people asking me questions on how to do things, so all right, let's see. Hopefully my laptop doesn't fall from there. That would be tragic, but okay, yeah, I can see it from there. Alrighty, so this is what we're doing. So first things first, I'm gonna just start gluing some of the bigger pieces together. For the bigger pieces, I'm gonna use the double-sided tape where I can. A couple of these little circles, there were like 4 of them. I think I've glued 3 of them together so far, or taped with the double-sided tape. Yeah, I've taped some of those together. So I'm gonna just tape the last one, the glitter one, on top, and then we'll get to some of the other pieces. I don't know what you guys' time looks like. I really don't want to make this extremely long. It is going to be a bit long. I may edit some of this out just so that I don't take up like 2 days of your time. This double-sided tape is definitely not my first choice, but it's what we've got on hand. And basically that's what I do in my craft life. I kind of make it work with what we got. So if you're a person that doesn't have or doesn't want to spend a lot of money on all of the latest, fanciest things, then you are in the right place. Because I am, I guess I'm definitely the budgeting crafter. It may be somebody else's craft name, so it's, gotta be careful what you say. I don't want to step on anybody's toes or infringe on anybody's copyrights or anything like that. With the double-sided tape, it has a backing on it to keep it from sticking to everything, obviously. And so right now I'm just removing that backing and getting all these pieces exposed so that then we can just pop it on here. Try to make sure we line it up correctly. Give me a sec. Yikes, it is not lined up correctly. Apparently double-sided tape sticks really well because, yeah, I should have used glue on this because I've taped this now and not exactly in the right place. And so the double-sided tape wants to hold on for dear life, and that is awful for me. Yeah, but with kind of doing crafting the way I craft, we have these little mishaps. So you're gonna be watching me. You gotta kind of expect things to sometimes not go exactly correct because I'm always kind of just doing my own thing and not necessarily doing things the way that other people would do them. We're all unique, so yeah. I'm definitely a think outside of the box kind of person, and sometimes that works great. And then sometimes you don't line up your circles correctly, and the double-sided tape is sticking to stuff you don't want it stuck to, and you can't get it off. So now let's try this again. Let's line up at least one side of it. Alrighty, so not perfect, but good enough. I'm gonna put a little glue on that side because that side is doing its own thing. And basically the reason I don't want to use glue is because of now I've got glue on my hands. But it's looking like it might end up being a glue type of situation. And not so much the area where I put the double-sided tape, but some of these other pieces. But I guess I just have to use the glue kind of sparingly. And also glue can sometimes get a little lumpy like in your project, and so we don't want that. So just a little spot of glue should do you. I've got some other spaces over here, like I said, that I did earlier, but I did them with the double-sided tape, and I didn't go close to the edge like I should have. And I don't know, other people's YouTube videos seem like they got it all together, and I don't know, maybe they practice a few times before they come on here and do videos for the world, but if I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna let you guys see it so that you don't make the same mistakes as me. Yeah, so that I can save you guys the headache. I'll kind of make the mistakes on my end so that that's already done. So I can save you guys from it. So that one is done. Luckily, most of that's going to get covered up because it looks kind of crappy. It looks kind of grimy from the double-sided tape and my skin cells, I guess. I don't know. But, okay. We're going to keep it moving. That's pretty good. That'll do. All right. So for these pieces, I did not put any tape on these. I'm definitely going to glue all of these. I don't want to do this on my glass. Let's move some of this over and we'll do it on here. And that's part of what the toothpick is for. I'm going to kind of, I know you can't see this because it's white on white, but I'm going to use the toothpick to kind of spread the glue a bit so that it's not so messy. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of glue this a bit. Put a little glue here and there. And I feel like I'm using way too much glue. I feel like this is going to be messy. But we'll know in a minute. That one I definitely got too close to the edge. So hopefully my little trusty toothpick will be able to help us out there. Let's move some of the glue around so it's not all globbed up, kind of. I thought that little dispenser, this little glue dispenser thing would help because it's, they call it a glue pen, I think. Yeah, so I thought it would help because it has a finer tip than like the regular glue dispenser. Like when you buy the school glue, it comes in that big bottle. All right, let's move some of this glue over. Yeah, it comes in that big bottle and it's kind of got that nozzle on the end that I feel like can lead to a mess, at least for me. Maybe you guys are neater than I am with things like that, but all right. I need 2 toothpicks, one to hold it and one to smush the glue around. All right, so we got that one done. Now the good thing with the school glue is you can kind of move it around a little bit for a second. You can definitely move it around. It is slip and slidey. Slippy slidey. All right, and so until the glue dries, you can kind of move it around. I wouldn't want to have to take it off, but can move it around. All right, so we got that piece done. And I hope these don't kind of curl up from the glue. But we're gonna try to just use a little less glue so we can do a little less spreading with the toothpick or avoid that altogether. Yeah, it looks like we'll be able to avoid that altogether. So we're gonna glue these letters together. I used some white glitter cardstock, and that's what's gonna be the top layer, like it was on the circle. So you'll see it when we get to that. We're not quite there yet. Almost though. All right, that's pretty good. And moving right along. These are a little easier to do than the nameplates because they're kind of big. The nameplates are really, really small, and so it's hard to get the glue on and stack them correctly. But this one, like I said, it's a little easier because it's bigger. It's not lined up exactly perfectly, but it is pretty good. All right, so I'm just kind of squeezing it together to make it stick. So there we have happy. We have our circle. I will probably pause the video at some point and come back instead of making you guys watch me do all those tiny pieces. Just because they'll probably take me quite a while, but I am going to do some of it. I'm not really, I don't know anything about editing a video before posting it. So my first videos are probably going to be a little long, but I will continue to learn how to do YouTube videos, I guess. How to do them well. I don't know if you guys saw my first video. My first video was removing the spiral from a spiral bound notebook and replacing the cover with your own cover. I will do another video. I haven't gotten around to making a video of me actually making the template for that and cutting it, but I will do one so that you guys can see it, so that you'll know how to do the whole process. Because that video was just showing you how to remove the spiral. I think it was how to remove the spiral and then also how to put it back in once you've changed your cover. I'm going to try to get that one done before, I know it's back to school time now, but before school is actually in session everywhere. I think some kids are going back soon, like this coming week. But they need notebooks all year, so. And if you don't catch it in time enough to make some notebooks for your kiddos for back to school, or for to sell to people for their kids for back to school this year, the knowledge is good still for next year. I know that seems like forever from now, but time flies, and once you learn it, you won't forget that you saw the video. You won't forget the steps, hopefully. Hopefully you'll get you some notebooks and do some right away so that it sticks in your mind from like muscle memory, I guess. So we have done the layers on this one. That's my doggy. That's how he lets me know that he's upset with me and he's ready to go night-night. I am the late night crafter. That's what I should have named my YouTube channel, because that's when the house is quiet, nobody's moving around but me and the dog, and I can get more things done. Alrighty. So my happy doesn't really look like happy, birthday doesn't really look like birthday, because these are like the outlines. And once I stack the red color, then you'll be able to see the actual words better. All right, let's sit that there. Yeah, this is gonna kind of be a little tedious for you guys, but I'm gonna do it anyway so you guys can see. And if I mess it up, you'll see that too. I just don't want to put too much glue. That's what I mean by mess it up. Using too much glue and it making a big mess. A small mess, I don't mind. A big mess, nah. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit messy because these are so small. It's hard to get the glue just on the pieces where you want it. It's gonna make a bit of a mess. And I could have done this with maybe a glue stick, might have been better, but glue sticks tend to pull and tear at your paper, especially if it's thin like this. So hopefully where I'm putting the glue will do a good job of holding it all together. Now for that little thin end on the end of the Y, we're gonna take some glue from over here and just try to trail it along there. Cool. So yeah, wherever it's really thin at, then we'll try to move some glue from somewhere else. But this is all just, the red is just cardstock for now. I got some razzle dazzle with the red going on too. I hope I didn't do too much with my razzle and dazzling. And I probably should have had some tweezers or something for this. So if you were making like nameplate jewelry, this is the same process you would do. It's still stacked cardstock, but much smaller, as I said. I do use the glue stick for that, you know, like the, I got one right here, the glue stick instead of like loose glue. Let's see. Okay, let's shift this a little bit while we can. Yeah, so the goal here is to try to get this lined up as exact as possible. Or as accurately as possible, maybe I should say. Here's that excess glue again. Okay, let's try to get those pieces set. Hopefully I'm not gluing this to the white paper underneath. Yeah, I'm not gonna use the glue stick yet. Maybe on that next one I will, I don't know. But for now, we're gonna keep going with this little thin glue thing. And where we can't get it thin enough, we will use our trusty toothpick here. I don't want you guys to freak out and think I'm putting the glue end of the toothpick in my mouth. that was just a convenient place to hold it, but I definitely was not using the glue end. I feel like I'm doing too much with the glue again. It's gonna be too much glue in certain places. And this is gonna end up glued to the paper, but we're gonna lift it up in just a second. So hopefully we haven't done too much damage. Maybe I should just move this thing without squeezing, and that'll just drag some of the excess glue to these other thinner places. Aw, sorry it took me so long to figure that out. I feel like I should be smarter than that. I think I'm pretty smart, but then sometimes we have those moments where after we struggle, we figure it out, like, oh, should have been so much easier. I made that way too complicated. That's me, I'm an overthinker. So if you're like me and you overthink things, don't worry. It'll be okay. You'll have some mishaps like I do. But in the end, it'll all be okay. It usually turns out pretty cute. Sometimes you just have to scrap it, like, yeah, nah, that didn't work. But other times it works great. Let's get some of this glue off my fingers and see if we can lift this up off here without tearing it to shreds. It is a little glued to the white paper, and that's kind of horrible, but I probably should have moved it after I glued that first layer, or glued it, yeah, the second layer on top of the first layer. I should have moved it then, but it's not too bad. So let's get it glued on here. Yikes. Okie doke. So yeah, it's gonna be like that once I get it glued on there. So let's move to a different section of the paper and continue our gluing. No. I keep grabbing that glue stick out of habit when what we need is the glue pen. So let's go. And hopefully this glue will make the paper stick to the glitter cardstock. I don't know if I've tried it this way before. Well, this is my first time doing this project, so I haven't tried that before. But I have when I was doing the earrings, but I didn't use this kind of glue. I was using the dry glue stick. I don't know why I call it dry, but you know what I mean, the glue stick. Alright. I'm kind of nervous with this one because with putting this on that glitter, because I don't want to have to try to move this around too much and make the glitter look grimy. I know my word choice is crazy. How I describe things. Alright. Now, let's try to get it on there as neatly as possible. Yeah, neat is not how this project is going, especially not this part of it. Okay, let's match up all these little pieces, get them where they go. Want to make sure you guys can see this. Oh, yay. Pretty darn good. Especially for somebody who is kind of messy like myself. That turned out pretty good. All right, now let's figure out where these go. Need my glasses back on. Give me a sec. I think I've got these upside down. I think this goes like this. Nah. Well, let's try it this way. Once you cut these pieces out, it's just hard to figure out how they go. So for this one little piece and for the dot of the eye, I kind of feel like I can just kind of, as long as I make sure they're all going in the same direction, I don't too much have to worry about stacking them over here and then moving them over there. I'm gonna stack them right onto here. I just need to make sure they're all facing the same direction. So let's get these together. Yeah, I got one that's flipped on the wrong side. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna glue these right on there. We're not gonna stack them and then move them. Now we're gonna just move them right now. Now the thought of doing this 4 times now that I dropped that one, I'm not sure. Maybe it's tweezers. Maybe I could have used some tweezers. But once I get this one on there, getting the other ones in place should be pretty easy. All right, let's get one of these dots glued on to dot the eye if I don't drop it. Okay, where's my glue top? I got it stuck under this little thing, so there we go. Yeah, so like I said, I'd rather the mishaps happen to me than happen to you guys. I'll make the mistakes so you don't have to. And hopefully that arrangement works for you guys. Hopefully, I don't think any of you guys want to make all these mistakes and go through a bunch of stuff like I am. Let's do the eye too. There we go. So yeah, that's going pretty quickly that way. Got some excess glue on that one, but we're not going to worry about that because this glue does dry clear, and so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna leave well enough alone. It's not my strong suit, but that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna learn to leave well enough alone. I'm definitely a person that will ruin a whole project simply because I cannot leave well enough alone. I'm always like, oh, I think I could fix that one little piece. People are saying, nobody's gonna see that little piece, leave it alone. Not me. I will trash the whole project for one little piece. All right, so now there we go. We got the dot of the I. We've got the, whatever this little thing piece is of the B. So that is that. So this is going to have our little logo piece on there. But that is a whole nother subject. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece. Yeah. Because this goes on the circle. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to glue these together. These, you know what, this one I'm going to use the glue stick. I need another sheet of paper to go on this counter. Hold on one sec. Let's see if I can find a piece of plain white paper or parchment paper or something. Yeah, I got parchment paper. Just checking my camera angle and hoping you guys could see everything that I did already. Just not sure. All right, now with the glue stick, we just kind of hold our piece to make sure that it doesn't tear at all as we are aggressively gluing this on. Or placing the glue on here, I should say. And the glue stick is less messy, but still kind of just as messy. But we will keep it moving. All right, one down. Let's get this actually down. All right, let's slide it, line it up. Doesn't want to slip and slide for me, but you can remove it easier than the double-sided tape. Remove it and re-stick. got that one glued down. Let's get to the next one. Take these glasses off so I can actually see. Yeah, all my edges aren't lined up perfectly, but they're pretty good. Okay. Uh-oh, I didn't poke out some of these little pieces. And I definitely need them out of there. Okay. Now let's try to anchor them again. Okay. Again, not perfect, but good enough. Okay, now this is the tricky part because I want to put shiny vinyl on here. Oh well. Let's just do it. And my piece of vinyl wasn't quite big enough, so I kind of pieced it together over on the side. I'm not going to remove all of the backing because it just makes it more difficult to place the vinyl. So I'm going to cut a piece off of the backing, try to line this up and lay it on here, and hopefully okay, yeah, my vinyl's not lining up with my paper. That's bad. That sound is the vinyl kind of tearing the paper a little, which means I have to probably go back in with some glue on the vinyl a little bit. And I probably should have done it from the bottom like I did before, but nonetheless, here we are. So let's try to do it from this middle piece. Still not quite where I want it to be, but let's see if we can make it work anyway. Yeah, I think I'm making this worse, not better. But we'll see. Yeah, these ridges in here are horrible, but we're gonna smush that down because that's gonna be covered up by some other letters, and hopefully we can make it work. Yeah, the happy is gonna go there. Yeah, so you probably won't even be able to see that I kind of messed that up. I really didn't need the glitter on that piece. Wish I would have realized that before I went through all that, but and because I didn't have a big enough piece of the blue vinyl, I should have known then that just don't fool with the vinyl. Just don't do the vinyl. But instead, I kind of pieced the vinyl together. Okay, see, here we go again. I'm gonna cut this right here. Yeah, the vinyl's stuck to the scissors. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this off and move this over. Boom. There we go. So it looks okay, sorta. Sort of. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got some little lumps and bumps down here too, but again, that will be covered. If I was watching somebody do this on the YouTube video and running into the complications I'm running into, I'd be like, this woman is crazy. Okay, well that's not too bad where I pieced together my little letter at. Okay. Okay, let's make sure that my glue is sticking here. Of course, it's not sticking where I snatched that back off at, so we're gonna add a little bit more over here. Okay, let's get these edges. When I was pulling the vinyl back up and it was pulling that cardstock, it caused some of the cardstock to separate, some of the layers. So we got those layers back down. And let's figure out how some of these pieces go together so I don't keep you guys all night. So the blue goes on the white. Yeah. And then the white and red goes on the blue. So we're gonna put the white and red on the blue and then put the blue on the white. I'm not sure what would hold this best, but we'll do the regular glue and hopefully that'll hold this on. The double-sided tape probably would have worked because this piece is kind of big, but since I grabbed the glue first, we're just gonna roll with what we got. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's coming along cute. So let's get that next piece glued on. This. The white glue seems to be doing pretty good gluing the cardstock to the glitter. Let's do it the opposite way so we can make sure of where we're putting this. That's pretty good placement. Probably could have put the stick there. Like here? No. No. We'll save the stick for the back. We'll just put the stick all the way on the back. Okay. Now, I forgot I should have glued the happy on here before I put that on there, but it's good. We're gonna keep it moving. It is taking a long time, but not as long as I expected. But that's because I didn't put those tiny pieces together yet. The tiny pieces we'll get to in a minute. I have quite a few projects coming up, so stick with me and hopefully I can help you learn some things, or we can learn some things together along the way. Like today we learned, ladies and gentlemen, we learned that we should not have food with that blue glitter. So I just flipped this over because I already put the circle on there. It's not, the blue thing isn't flat anymore. So I wanted to glue that on there as flat as possible. It's pretty cute so far. Pretty cute so far. All right. So all I'm gonna do now is finish gluing these pieces together and gluing them on there. And yeah, you guys are welcome to hang out and go along the ride with me. And I may, like I said, I may end up editing this so that it's not so long. So some of this will be, I guess, in fast forward or something. But if you choose to hang, and if I can't figure out how to edit, you'll see me glue all these pieces together. I appreciate you guys for watching. Of course, like everybody else, I must ask that you please like, comment, and subscribe. In the comments, if there is anything specific that you want to learn how to make, please let me know. I will do my best. If I know how to do it, I'll definitely do a video on it. And even if I don't, just like I didn't know what I was doing here today, I will find out and still do a video for you. I learn, you learn, we learn together. Now, if anybody has a better way of lining this cardstock up so that it doesn't give me such a hard time like this, that'd be awesome. You can definitely leave that in the comments. Boom. This, in case you don't know, is for a Chicago Cubs fan. Thus the C and the red, white, and blue colors, or blue, white, and red. I don't know, I just hope that when people come to my YouTube channel and watch my videos, crafter or not, I hope you're entertained. Hopefully you learn something, take something valuable away from this whole experience. That's what I hope, at least. All right. So we're almost, I don't even want to say we're almost done, but we are making progress onto the little tiny letters. We're gonna do these with this little glue stick. Try to do them quickly before it has a chance to stick to the paper. There we go. So we're going to do that. Let's grab these bees, 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 bees. Bee to bee, bee, bee to bees. I don't know where that little weird song came from. Just know if you watch me, you will hear some little strange songs here and there. But like I said, hopefully you're at least entertained. I am definitely not a singer. I thought about turning YouTube on my television so I could listen to some music while doing this. But number one, I don't know what the deal is with the, I don't own the rights to this music or whatever. I don't want to get in any trouble for playing somebody's music in the back of my craft video. I don't want no smoke with them people. One good thing about the glue gun, the glue sticks, is once you put the glue on whatever it's on, whatever you're putting it on, I should say, it kind of holds that in place to an extent on the paper, making it easier to continue to put your pieces on and line them up. It doesn't move around a lot. So the glue stick is pretty bomb in that way. All right, let's get these glued down. And for these, we're gonna go back to our little glue thingy. Glue pen, as they call it. I'm just gonna put the glue on all of them because they're small, and I'm gonna just kind of slap them on there. I don't know why I use words like that, but because to me that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just slapping it on there. Well, that one's not gonna have too much glue. Okay. You. B. And last but not least is our S. Okay, all my letters are a little crooked. Alright, too far the other way. I'm just trying to line my letters up. They look mad crooked to me. They probably won't to anyone else, but to me they do. And this glue is starting to kind of stick. My dog has had enough of my shit. Forgive my language, y'all. But he is growling at me. Not growling, but moaning and groaning like a grumpy old man. All right, well, that's not bad. There we go. Okay, give me just a quick sec, you guys. What just happened? Our laptop cut off. Well, it didn't cut off, but it timed out. Okay, there we go. Just a sec, I want to make sure that I save this. Because I forgot to do that, and using Cricut, it could go crazy at any moment, and all right, and totally wipe out your whole project that you spent hours doing. Some kind of little bug flying in here. I've got the back door open because I like fresh air. Okay, so the only thing left to do with that is to add the happy, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. I cut all this out in this red glitter also. I feel like I should put the red glitter on there. I want to show you guys and not get your opinion, because I am by myself just talking to you all. But I want to show you guys what the red glitter would look like if I can get it. Okay. I just have to see, do I love the red glitter or not? If you're new to, crafting in general, I used what's called a Cricut machine, which is a die cutting machine. Not a die cutting machine. It's a cutting machine to cut these out. The material is a glitter vinyl, and as I said, I used my Cricut machine to cut these letters and shapes and designs out of this glitter vinyl. And I'm just not sure if I want to put this glitter on there. So just bear with me a sec. I'm not doing this process correctly. What I'm doing is called weeding, but the way I'm doing this is not the proper way to do it. I will tell you that now. There is a method to my madness. There's a reason I'm not doing it the proper way, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. What really matters is that this is not the correct way to do it. Let's see. I'm making this a whole lot more difficult than it has to be. So I'll show you the correct way of doing this. Basically what you do is you cut off this excess, or you can cut it before you send it to your machine. You can cut a piece just big enough to do what you need it to do. So I only needed to put this piece on there, but instead I put that whole giant sheet on there. But as I said, if you're new to all of this, what I'm doing now is referred to as weeding the design. Weeding is the process of removing anything that you don't need or want from your design. I guess I like to call them the negative pieces. Just simply because these are not part of the design. These are not the pieces I need. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, there. So I just weeded the excess from around that word. Guess it's kind of like weeding your garden. You remove the stuff you don't need and keep the pieces you do. But in your garden, I guess it's you keep the stuff you do. Remove the weeds. Keep the flowers. See how easy it is when you do it the right way instead of the Kim way? I'm sorry. And if you have not watched my other video, by the way, I am Kim. And I am the Chaotic Crafter, as you can tell. I didn't have to introduce that part. That was obvious. I knew once I did this I was gonna like the glitter. I'm still not 100% sure I want to put it on there, but I do like it. But as a crafter, you know, it's kind of like must love glitter. And I also don't have any, transfer tape right here to move this onto there. But I think I want to anyway. So that's the red glitter that will go on the spaces where you see red. So let me get this happy glue together. Put that on there. Maybe grab a piece of transfer tape and see about lifting that and putting it on there. Let's see if we can get this done with the glue stick. Instead of the glue pen. Yeah. Don't like that. Okay. So I'm just trying to take my time and line up the letters, because what did we learn today, boys and girls? We learned that once you glue something, no matter what kind of glue you use, it is quite possible that you cannot move it again without tearing something up. All right, so this is pretty good. Not quite perfect, but pretty good. And so we're gonna lift that off of there to make sure it's not sticking to the paper before it's too late. Looks like it was almost too late. Some of these pieces are definitely sticking to the white paper. Okay. So there. Let's make sure they're all sticking to each other. All right. Let's do it on this parchment paper and see if that makes a difference, because it won't stick to the parchment paper. For sure, for sure. Okay. So, let's get some more glue going here. All right. My mind was just going in a million different places. Like, I'm thinking about so many different things. I got quiet for a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. I try not to say I'm sorry, but more, I apologize. All right, so we got happy together. That was cute. Okay, now we're gonna glue happy onto happy. Glue happy onto the outline. So we are almost there, ladies and gents, almost there. Like, I'm excited. I really did not, I wasn't 100% sure I was doing anything the right way. But it's turning out pretty good. I probably didn't do anything the right way, but all right, let's try to line it up. Line it up and stick it down. Alrighty, this is so cute. And I'm definitely not a Cubs fan, Southside baby. I am a White Sox fan, but that's what it looks like before adding the glitter vinyl, the red glitter vinyl. I do think I want to add the red glitter vinyl. I told you I cannot leave well enough alone. This is good. It looks really, really good, but let's see if I have a piece of transfer tape over here. Hopefully I don't have to go downstairs and get any. Tape, no transfer tape. So I am going to have to run and grab a piece. Please bear with me. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Alrighty, perfect. I found a kind of old, ratty, used up piece. And the reason that's perfect is because I don't want it to stick to the paper. So I want a piece that's kind of not as sticky as a brand new piece would be. So let's try to figure out what did I have going on here with this. Okay, whatever. Okay. So I need it big enough to cover the Cubs. So let's cut that piece off. There we go. And let's move this a little bit. And just to make sure it's not too sticky. There we go. All right. I don't have my little tool over here. But use to do this, so. This is another vinyl application term. What I'm doing now, the rubbing of it, is called burnishing. So you burnish the vinyl, which is just, like I said, rubbing. All right, because it's glitter, it may not pick up with this transfer tape, but we're gonna see. Move it on an angle. Looks like the burnishing, oh, I could have burnished it from the bag too, but I did not, so, and that's what happens. Things don't stick well. Doggone it. Okay, well, we'll stick those two on by themselves, and the C also, because the C just flew off the paper. So let's put the U on, since that's all we got left. All right, let's see. All right, let's just stick the C on there. Here we go with this vinyl situation again. Trying to line the vinyl up with the paper. But luckily this is some cheesy vinyl that I already had, so it's not super duper sticky, but it is sticky enough to tear our paper. I hope I don't regret this like I regretted the blue. I feel like I am gonna regret putting this red on here, simply because I can't get it lined up the way it should be. Okay, there we go. Got the C, the UBS. Well, we got the U. Add the B. And then the S. All right, so there you have it. Now let's see about putting a happy and the birthday on there. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know. It's got me afraid now. What that was that I just dropped. Okay. So now we're gonna try this again. All right. I feel like birthday is gonna be the most difficult, so we'll try birthday first. This is what I should have been using masking tape for. I saw somebody put that in one of the Facebook groups I'm in that I should have used. They were advising somebody else that she should use masking tape to hold glitter vinyl. I hope this didn't come off my design. It's kind of stuck to me. I think not. All right, so we're almost done. Almost done here. I don't think I burnished that well enough. It's not sticking the way it was before, but what we figured out was that one wasn't even sticking. So, I don't know. Let's try it from this end. Let's see if it works this way. So it's going, it's just not, it's not really sticking to the contact paper, transfer paper, whatever it's called, transfer tape. But I don't really need it to super duper stick. I just need it to stick well enough for me to lift it up and flip it over and stick it on the design. So hopefully we'll be able to get it to do that for us. It is important to peel this at an angle. Okay, so now we got it. Let's see if we can get it on here. Not perfect, but pretty good. Yep, I kind of love it. Or at least I like it a lot. I don't know. So I kind of press this backing down at an angle. Hopefully you guys can see, to kind of get the backing off of the letters and leave the letters stuck to the transfer paper or transfer tape, whatever. Almost at the end. All right, there we go. Okay, same thing as before. I just need it to hold on so that I can get the letter, get the word placed on. All right. And that is what it looks like done. I am glad I added all the glitter. I don't know, I'm happy with the way it turned out. I like it a lot more than I expected to. I have some areas that I have to re-glue down because they look like they're lifting, or they just weren't stuck good. But overall, I like it a lot. So that's the process of putting it together. Like I said, I will do a video for you guys on how to design it and cut it if you'd like. I'm gonna do it regardless, but it'll be up soon, as soon as I can. I don't want to tell you guys a time, but as soon as I can. If you want to, this is basically what I came to show you guys tonight, but if you want to hang out, I am gonna put the balloons together. Let me just take care of these little spaces that need a little bit more attention. Right there. I think maybe I'll have to put something heavy on top of this, because I'm seeing a lot of little areas where I'm getting some lifting, and some of the things that are lifting I didn't think would lift, but they are. So yeah, I'm gonna sit something heavy on top of it, and like a book or something, and put the balloons together, and then figure out how I want to put this on top of the balloons. I pretty much already know I'm gonna glue or tape one of those dowels to the back, those wooden dowels, and do it from there. Yeah, I'm gonna put one of those dowels on the back and stick that down in the middle of the balloons. We don't have phone books anymore, so I don't know. I think there's a big book over there on the table. I'm just basically putting a spot of glue in each one of these places to hold that down. I think one of the main reasons I'm having a problem with it not sticking is because I glued these pieces on after certain other pieces were already stacked. But nonetheless, we're gonna get it together. Some of these pieces just ain't sticking because they just ain't sticking. Maybe I didn't put enough glue in that area to begin with, I don't know. But like some of the layers that were held together with the glue stick, those aren't sticking so great. And I usually don't have that problem with the glue sticks. They usually stick pretty well. Ooh, that almost turned into a bad situation. All right. So, onward and upward, let's find something heavy to sit on here after I squeeze this excess glue out. Just kind of checking on my spots to make sure I have glue everywhere that needs it. All right, so So let me move this over to another location. Move it on the parchment. And I'll be back in just a sec. Book. Should have had my glasses on for this. Got the book. Oh, sounds like a car accident. Almost happened outside. Going down the road a piece. All right. So let's move all this stuff out of the way. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just keep going, and you know what? I'm gonna stop it here and do another video because I know I'm gonna have to edit.